Hello, Brian the Fanboy here, and today I'm gonna talk about slasher movies. Now, before I begin, you might notice that the light is different, and that is because, the light went out, so I'm using the daytime light from outside. So luckily, I'm close to the window, so it's good enough for now. And also, oh yeah, the electricity is out as well, but fortunately, my computer doesn't need to be connected to anything to work because, it's already fully charged, so it's fine for now. Now, on to slasher movies. How I found out about it? Well, let's start with my earliest memory of the slasher movie, and that was one of the Chucky movies, and I saw it when I was 3 years old. Yes, I was three, but I don't think my parents knew that much about ratings, and so on. Although, when I first saw it, I was really scared. Now, I'll talk more about that in another video, but anyway, when I was a kid, I wouldn't watch any scary movies at all because, I was so afraid, and also didn't want to get nightmares. Now, in the video where I talk about Halloween, the holiday, not the movie, I did mention this time when my father brought me and my sister to Salem, Massachusetts, and we went to the haunted house, and sorry, have it here. Yes, like I was saying, I had a lot of fun, and my fear of scary things was gone. Now, the first slasher movie yes, was the willingly was I think it was I think it was Scream. No, not Scream, Scream 2 actually. You see, when I was I think it was my early teenage years. I remember that the provider my family was using had a pay-per-view for free. However, in regular, it was all black. So in order to watch better quality, I had to, make the pictures be, the highest level, highest color, highest brightness, and so on. So technically, I saw the movie with everything in blue. Yeah, I know it's but anyway, yeah, that was the first slash movie I ever saw, of my own choice. Now, oh yes, the next slash movie I remember watching was Freddy vs. Jason. Now, I first learned about it from watching a poster of the movie at a theater that me and my friends used to go to. Now, let me see. Oh, and of course I saw, and eventually I did see the movie on DVD. It was a random blockbuster. And then of course I saw, let's see, Halloween on video cassette. I think that was a few years later. Now, let's see. Oh yes, and then there was a time when I would rent almost every Nightmare on Elm movie and every Friday the 13th movie. But eventually, Blockbuster was going out of business to, people watch movies on the internet now. Well, anyway, now the first time I found out the term slasher movie was from an episode of the Weird Science TV series. Yes, there was a TV show for Weird Science, and it was based on the 1980s movie by John Hughes. And one of the things I learned was that slasher movies they follow these rules. Like I won't get into it because this is intended to be watched by people of all ages. So let's see, what can I say? Oh yes, one of the rules was no drink, no drugs. Let's see, there's something that I won't get into say that, but if you know the rules of slasher movies, then you know what I'm talking about. And oh yeah, there's always oh yeah, another rule is that the killer never ties the person around. And yeah, there were so many rules about such movies I learned, and then I saw this documentary that I think it used to air on VH1. I never seen on VH1, but it was on YouTube, but I don't think it's there anymore. and they talk about a lot of the franchises. One is what goes, oh yeah, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, Halloween, Number Elm Street, Hellraiser, Child's Play, Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Scary Movie. I mean, that's not a horror movie. It's more of a comedy that makes fun of horror movies. But yes, let me have it here. And well, yes, and another documentary I saw was Falling to Pieces. We even talked the other such movies that we not talk about in the other documentary I mentioned before. Now let's see. Oh yes, I remember now. Yes, you see, from what I learned for the history of slasher movies is that well, at first was it more killing, and then some. Well, let's start with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. From what I learned, like it became so popular that eventually a lot of studios want to cash in on the success. And then we got more, and then it became so popular, and eventually the killers became the stars of their own movies, and people did enjoy these franchises as well. But then eventually it started to become more comedic, and then as time went on, people started to notice the formula for these movies, and only that, but the movie Scream was kind of like a I don't know if it's a parody, but it did it did use all the same cliches that horror movies use, and because it becomes so predictable, Scream decided to cash in on it. Like there's even a scene where they talk about the rules, and yes, I think that's where science got the idea for the episode, but I do not know. I was never involved in that show, but yes. And then let's see. Oh, and Scary Movie, yeah, it was a parody of the slasher genre. I mean, yeah, genre, and yeah, make fun of everything. But then, and now we're having reboots of these movies. Although I don't know what the future will be like that for them, because how the direction the movies are going these days. But yes, and there was a time when I thought about making my own slasher movie, but I never went through. Although there are a lot of videos about the rules of these movies you can watch. Of course, these some of these documentaries might have scenes that might not be suitable for some viewers. Still, yeah, I did. There are fun movies as well, and when I watch, I mostly watch them, at night with the lights off because, well, they're more effective that way. And just like I did with Halloween season last year, I'm going to talk about four iconic horror movie monsters, and month of October, one for each week. And I'm still gonna do my Tokusatsu new series as well. But yeah, so I've been looking forward to talk about. I mean, wish I could something have here can need to do something about this. But anyway, yes. I mean, I wish I could talk about all of them in the month of October, but there are other things I want to do as well. But there's so many horror movie, yeah, horror movie villains out there that we cannot fit a whole month of October on a weekly basis. But I'll just talk about the one I choose to talk about. So I guess that's all I can say about slash movies in this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.